Next, I'll come out, click on my tags panel, and with my tags in view, I will come out. I'm going to turn this reflow off. I'm going to do just a control 4 to turn that back off. And I'm just going to zoom out. And let's see what we have when I turn on the reader. It should be reading this top to bottom as we go along here. I'm going to go ahead up to view, choose read out loud, click on activate read out loud. You could do the shortcut key shift control Y. I'll click on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and just start reading the whole page, read out loud, which is read this page only. I'm going to do a shift control V, and it'll
North Shore
start
Travel
reading.
Equipment Upgrade Proposal. Executive Summary. North Shore Travel wants to implement current
See,
computer
I'm clicking
technology.
this on the left.
North Shore Travel's current computer equipment is quickly becoming obsolete and inadequate for current needs.
And I'll go ahead and stop that. So it looks like it's just going top down all the way through. I'm going to go back and abbreviate things just a little bit. I'm going to click on the orders panel again, and I want to take this third order here, this text that I have, and also this text over here, which is level 5, and I want to shorten these up just so the reader will just read the first sentence here. So to redefine these, I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. So I'm going to right click and choose not clear page structure, but just delete the selected item structure, and it basically takes this guy out of the game and renumbers. I'll do the same for 3. I'll right click, gotta select it first, turns blue, then I right click and choose delete selected item structure. Next, I'll zoom in just so we can see a little bit closer what I'm doing. Next, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to click on my reading order tool, and with the reading order tool open, I'm going to go ahead and click and drag just this first sentence here, and it selects just that element. But I don't want the word north. I want it to stop there. So I'm going to hold down my control key and drag again on this to take that out, and it'll remove that piece. And with this selected, I'm going to come out here and just say that's defined as text. Now I'll do the same over here on this side. I'll go ahead and select this item here out to just out to where it says all our Pentium processors. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and click and let that go. And notice when I hold my control key, I get a little minus sign underneath my crosshairs, and if I hold the shift key, I get a plus sign. So if I wanted to add more, I could come out here, click, and I could add more like that. Oh, got to get it all, so I got to make sure I select all of this out here, and now I have all of this selected. So the shift key will take out, sorry, the control key will take out, the shift key will add, and I'm going to go ahead and say that this is text. Now with the remaining text out here, what I want to do is go ahead and select this and just tell the system that this is just background noise. It's not really worth our time to even look at it here. So I'm going to do the same for this text out here as well. I'm going to go ahead and select all of this stuff that we're not going to use, and I'm going to say that this is background. Want to define everything on the page as, tell it that it's something. I don't want to leave it anything just hanging out. I'll close my touch-up reading order, and if I scroll out a little more, you can see here we are: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally, it'll finish off out here. It'll read the page number at the very end. Okay, so with this abbreviation, let's go ahead and see what we have. I'll go out to my view menu, I'll go to read out loud, and I'll click on read this page only.
North Shore Travel Equipment Upgrade Proposal. Executive Summary. North Shore Travel wants to implement current computer technology.
See, it doesn't read
Current
the word
environment.
north.
Presently, North Shore Travel's main office has 8 computers, all are Pentium processors, but none are faster than 150 MHz. Freedom Hall page 1.
And it stops. Now notice how it just said Freedom Hall and then page 1 down here. It's just reading the caption underneath here, and then it's just reading the page number out here. So that's fine, but I really want to have more of a description on this photograph, this image, not just Freedom Hall. I'd like to describe a little more what's happening with it. Maybe I'll describe the weather outside. I'll describe this statue out in front. So the way I'd do this is I'd come out and add some alternative text. Now to add the alternative text, I could come out here and just click once on the number 6 in this case for the image, and if I right click, I look up and I don't see anywhere here where I can go ahead and add alternative text. But if I double click the number 6, it selects just the outline of the image, and now when I right click, I'll see edit alternative text, and I can see there's no alternative text here, so I'm going to go ahead and add some now. So here's my text: Freedom Hall, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with statue in foreground. Notice how I put the commas in here as well. That's going to add a little tiny pause. The reader's going to pick that up. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now with this abbreviation in place, let's run this one more time. Except I think this time I want to go ahead and reorganize things just a bit. I see that Freedom Hall is down here at the very end, and also my page 1 as well. I'm going to click on page 1 right on the little brown box here. I want to make sure I'm on my tags panel, and I'm going to go ahead and click on page 1 here, and I'm going to drag it above my heading 1 right there. I'm going to look for that little tiny black triangle. When I see that, I'll let it go, and that moves that page 1 up at the top. I'm going to take my figure here and do the same thing. I'm going to move it right below that paragraph, and now my figure, the paragraph, should show up first. Now, even though if I go back to my order, nothing has changed. Still North Shore executive summary, and then the box text is going to be flowing in this order if I reflow. But since I've reorganized the tags this way, you'll see when I run the reader, it's going to read that first. So here we go. I'll say read out loud, read this page only.
Page 1. Freedom Hall, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with statue in foreground. Freedom Hall North Shore Travel Equipment Upgrade Proposal. Executive Summary. North Shore Travel wants to implement current computer.
And I'll go ahead and stop it. So you see you can reorganize this. This is a great way to go ahead and reorganize this and get this reading the way you want. Also add some alternative text. Finally, if I just wanted to start over and I haven't saved, I can always come back out and choose File, Revert, or I could just come out here on my Orders panel. Actually, I could click any one of these. It doesn't matter, and I could right-click and say Clear Page Structure, or up here at the top I could choose Clear Page Structure as well. Also, this Reading Order panel that I brought up here, I could also bring that up on the Order panel over here inside of the options dialog. I could say show reading order panel, and that would turn this on as well. Okay, so if I come out here and I go to my order panel and I click the drop down arrow on the options and I choose clear page structure, it'll warn me. I say yes. I'll go to page 2. I'll do the same thing and I'll say clear page structure. I'll say yes. And now we should be pretty close back to where we were before. If I click on tags, there's nothing there. And if I click on my page 1 and page 2, you can see I have no structure out here as well.